Hi, my name is Preston, and I want to do a quick introduction of why I created this channel and what I'd like to do with it in the future. A little background: a few years ago, my brother and his family were involved in a tragic car accident that killed my brother instantly. He was driving the vehicle, and left my 18-year-old nephew a C4 quadriplegic. Now, of course, my family was devastated at the time. It was a very big shock, obviously, but it also opened our eyes into the disabled world. So when my nephew Hayden finally got out of the hospital, he was restricted to an electric wheelchair. And of course, none of our houses were wheelchair accessible. So the house that he lived in wasn't wheelchair accessible. My parents' house wasn't wheelchair accessible. My house was not wheelchair accessible. So this was a big shock to us as far as what is needed for wheelchair accessibility, and then going above and beyond that, a C4 quadriplegic, what kind of new needs does he require to just get him through daily life that a lot of us take for granted. When we first got thrown into that, we were not prepared at all. I mean, we didn't have any ramps. There was no way to get him into our houses. And we are not wealthy people, so we can't just hire somebody to come in and remodel one house, let alone 3 or 4 houses. So we did what we had to do. We built our own makeshift ramps out of materials that we had. The very first ramp that we built was made out of 4-wheeler ramps. Then as time went on, we improved those ramps. We made stuff a little bit better, more efficient, safer. Let me tell you, nothing we did was ADA approved. We didn't even know what ADA meant. We didn't know how to spell ADA at the time. And I'm sure that we're not the only ones that have experienced this. And I want to share some of the things that we did. I want to show you some of the things that we're currently doing to help Hayden in his day-to-day life. Hopefully some of the stuff that we're doing inspires some of you out there who may experience similar things. I want to show you that you can build things yourself, sometimes cheaper. You can't always build stuff cheaper yourself, but sometimes you can, out of materials that you probably have laying around your house. You know, just do what you have to do to survive. I think the world we live in today is so caught up in having to be per code or to ADA rules, or it has to be perfect. No, it doesn't. It just has to work. The rules are there for reasons. It's great if you can accommodate those rules, but if you can't accommodate them, being able to get in the house is better than sitting outside in the yard because you can't afford an ADA approved wheelchair ramp. One of the things that I'm going to show on this channel is this device here in front of me. So this is a PS4 controller that I built for Hayden, or I'm working on building for Hayden. It's not quite finished yet. But this is a PS4 controller that he can use to play PS4, and he can also use it on PC, other devices. We're still looking at ways that we can utilize this. This is just one of the things I want to try. I'd like to get into a lot more elaborate things. I'd like to try a remote control lawnmower. We might make some modifications to his wheelchair that can help him do different things. Fishing, I know he has an interest in fishing, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe build a electric reel for a fishing rod that he can use, and maybe something to cast. I don't know yet. I've got a lot of ideas. A little bit less elaborate than that, I did build him a card holder. We like to play games during holidays such as Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I did build him a little card holder where he can hold a row of cards. I'm going to show that device as well, and show you different ways that you can build it out of just raw materials that you have laying around. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, or think you might be able to get value out of it, please like and subscribe, follow along. I'd love to hear from from you guys. Also, I'd like this to be a engagement. If you've got devices that you've used or know people who have experienced something like this and they're going through things and they've built their own things or found different ways of doing things, I'd love to hear from you as well. We can share ideas together, maybe learn from each other. Maybe you've done something that I can use and I'm doing something that you can use. So yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. So nice to meet you. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I catch you later.